Moving on now to our belly breath. You can place your hands on your stomach, your lower abdomen, as a sensory feedback. One or both, whatever you want. And the intention of this is to really send our breath to our belly, to understand what it is to send our breath to different parts of ourselves. So on the inhale, let your belly fully rise. And on the exhalation, letting it fall naturally. Sink into the calmness that this breathing creates. Stimulates our parasympathetic nervous system so we can sink into ourselves. Appreciate the breath as it fills your belly, and appreciate the grounding that the exhalation creates. Three more breaths like this. And on your next exhalation, complete your exhale and release the practice. Simply noticing how your body's feeling, how your mind is feeling. Again, just observing non-judgmentally, with curiosity and kindness. You can adjust on the mat if you need to, if there's any tension, or stay as you are, if you're comfortable. Moving on now to our chest to abdomen breath. And the intention of this is to gain an understanding of the breathing that we'll be doing throughout our practice to support our spine. Focusing first on the exhalation, letting the inhale do whatever it will, whatever it wants to. I'd like to invite you to create a sense of contraction of your lower abdomen on the exhale, drawing your lower abdomen in and up as well, if that's accessible for you. And then letting the inhale do as it will. Complete your exhalation and inhale to prepare. And then exhale, gentle contraction. And this gentle contraction is what's going to best support our spine when we're moving. There shouldn't be any tension or anything that tightens or contracts above your navel. It should really just be a gentle sense of it. Don't try and squeeze, rather just invite. Beginning in Samasthiti, so feet underneath hips, equal balance, the weight distribution between all three arches. Micro bend that knee, neutral pelvis, axial extension, shoulders externally rotated so that the chest is nice and open. Locate Dan's point, displace head, smile on face, open heart. Beautiful. Beginning, we're going to be doing our tree pose, and this is going to enhance our focus and improve our stability. We'll be shifting our weight now onto our left foot, slightly taking the right foot off the ground. Inhale, externally rotate at the hip, placing the foot wherever's accessible for you, so long as it's not on the knee. It can be as high up into the groin, simply resting still on the floor but on your ankle, or as you have it on your calf. Beautiful. Inhale with a sense of expansion. Exhale with a gentle contraction and return to the mat. Beautiful. We'll now be doing our other side, so shifting your weight now onto your right foot, taking your left foot slightly off the ground, inhaling, externally rotating and lifting it to wherever it's accessible. Beautiful. Maybe slightly further down so it's not resting on the knee. Perfect. Inhale with a sense of expansion. Exhale, gentle contraction. And release. Releasing the practice, releasing the pose energetically. Adjusting however you need to. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. Moving on now to our warrior one pose. The intention of this is just to mobilize our hip joints a little bit. Starting in Samasthiti, so feet under knees, under hips, micro bend those knees, neutral pelvis, lengthening your spine, shoulders rotated externally outwards, head displaced slightly back, smile on your face. Beautiful. On the inhale, slightly shift your weight, taking onto your right foot, taking your left foot and placing it as far back as comfortable or accessible, keeping those toes pointed forwards or slightly turned out. Your hips should still be pointing forwards. Beautiful. Take a moment to settle into this position. Feel comfortable, at ease. On the inhale, drawing your arms up, ribs staying anchored. Exhale, keeping that knee in alignment. Lower yourself into this pose, stacking and tracking those joints. On the inhale, straightening that front leg. Exhale, release the arms back to your sides. Beautiful. We'll do that 3 more times. Inhale, arms come up. Sense of expansion in the chest, warmth as well. Exhaling, lowering into that. Beautiful, beautiful alignment. Inhaling, straightening that front leg. Exhaling, lowering the arms. Inhale, ribs stay anchored. Exhale, lower into that knee. Inhale, straightening the front knee. Exhale and release. Beautiful. Coming back to Samasthiti. We'll do the opposite leg now. So right leg goes back as far as comfortable, taking a second to sink into this position, keeping your feet pointing forwards or slightly turned out, hips to the front. Beautiful. Maintaining that lengthening of the spine and engagement of our core so that we're all beautifully, beautifully supported. Inhale, arms come up besides ears, keeping the ribs anchored and shoulders engaged. Exhale, leaning and dropping your weight into that front knee, keeping it aligned, so knee over foot. Beautiful. Inhale, rising up again, straightening that knee. Exhaling, lowering your arms. We'll do that twice more. Inhale, exhale, lower. Inhale, come up. Exhale, arms by your sides. So beautiful. Ooh. Once more. Remembering on that exhale to do a gentle lower abdomen contraction. And then coming back to Samasthiti. Releasing from the posture energetically. However you need. Beautiful. Moving on now to our hip postures. Supta Baddha Konasana. The intention of this is to rest and stretch our inner groin. So beginning in Apanasana, bringing your thighs to your torso on the exhale, Beautiful. And on the inhale, maintaining that subtle contraction, press your feet together in a butterfly or diamond shape, lowering your legs to the floor while taking your arms overhead. Beautiful. On the inhale. Exhale, returning to Apanasana. So bringing your thighs again to your chest and legs back by your sides. Arms back by your sides, Beautiful. Inhale, maintaining sense of contraction, lowering your arms back to the floor, arms coming back overhead, ribs staying anchored. Exhale, coming back to Uttanasana. Beautiful. Really maintaining that gentle contraction of your lower abdomen so this movement stays controlled, stays comfortable. Inhaling with the sense of expansion. One more time. Legs come to the ground, arms overhead. Exhale, coming back to the starting position. And energetically release from the posture. Beautiful. So just transition to supine, so lying on your stomach on the mat. We're going to be moving on to our back bends now, doing our cobra pose first. And this one is great for stress relief and also relieving fatigue. So open your legs wider to create space in the lower back, placing hands underneath shoulders. Beautiful, you're already there. Inhale to the chest with a sense of expansion, sending that breath really, really into the center of the chest. Exhale, press pubic bone into the floor. Your legs stay active, active back, chest lifted, lengthening from the top of the spine. Having that feeling of drawing back in the hands towards the hips. Lift only as high as you could, as if you were taking the hands off the ground. Keep lower abdomen engaged to protect your spine. Shoulders away from the ears. Top of the feet pressing into the floor with legs active. Exhale, release. Beautiful. Once more, inhaling with the sense of expansion, coming up, pressing those feet into the floor, active back, shoulders away from ears, only as high as comfortable, keeping your spine active, engaged, supported. Exhale, release. Rock through the body to release any tension. You can roll onto your back as well and rock gently through your spine. Beautiful. Moving on now to our seated forward bend, we're going to be doing our head to knee pose. And this is going to introvert our mind, calming and stilling our internal monologue. So seated in Dandasana as so, inhale into the center of your chest. Bend the left knee on the exhale, and bring the left heel towards your buttocks. Do not collapse your spine. So maintaining that axial extension. Oh, I should have said, externally rotating at the hip. So your heel will come in towards your groin. And your thigh will be on the floor. Beautiful. Exactly. Axial extension. Shoulders rolled back. Lovely. Bend the right knee enough for the torso to greet thigh on entry. Exhale, lower abdomen, softening your knees, laying your torso on your thigh, chin down, arms resting where comfortable. Complete the exhale. Inhale, maintaining a subtle contraction. Activate your back whilst taking hands to the floor to walk back to your start position. Beautiful. So coming up really gently, rolling that back up one vertebrae at a time. Exhale, release. Energetically bringing both legs to the front. Externally rotate shoulders, taking hands behind hips to support spine. Beautiful. And we'll do that on the other side as well. So bending the right knee now on the exhale and bringing the heel towards buttocks. Beautiful. Bending your straight leg as much as possible so that your torso can greet it on entry. Exhaling. Inhaling first to create axial extension, then exhaling to lower your spine, engaged and straight. Complete your exhalation, and on the inhale, walk your hands back to starting position. Exhale, release the posture energetically, bringing both legs back in front of you. Beautiful. Moving on now to our seated twist, we're just going to do the simple seated twist. to energize our nervous system, dissolve any anxiety and stress and tension. So really sink into the relaxation in this pose. Beautiful. Finding neutral seated position. You can use a pillow underneath your buttocks if you need to. Up to you. Yeah. Beautiful. Axial extension, so create that length in your spine and neutral pelvis. Inhale with the sense of expansion. Exhale, gentle abdominal contraction. Take your torso to the right, placing the right fingers on the ground behind you, left hand on right knee, head in line with spine. Complete the exhalation. Inhale, unwind back to start position. Exhale, energetically release from the pose. Beautiful. And repeating on the other side. So exhaling, inhale to prepare, sense of expansion in the chest. Exhale, gentle twist, bringing your hand behind you, opposite hand to knee, keeping your spine lengthened and your head in line. Beautiful. Inhale, unwinding once you've completed that exhalation. Exhale, release from the pose. Beautiful. Moving on now to our inversions, starting from beautiful seated pose. Exhale, bend forward, lying your torso on your thighs, crossing your arms on the floor just in front of the knees, taking your hands to the outside of your elbows, ensuring your elbows are aligned underneath your shoulders. Beautiful. And then palms come to meet, elbows staying where they are, interlocking fingers, laying the bottom fingers flat on the ground. Beautiful. Opening your palms. Pressing your forearms into the floor, take the back of the head into your hands. The head does not touch the floor. We should be able to put a piece of paper underneath that actually. That's the distance that we want to maintain. The neck retains its natural curve as well. Beautiful. Inhale with the sense of expansion, feeling the chest press into your thighs. Exhale, contracting your lower abdomen. Push down through elbows and forearms, tucking your toes under, lifting your legs off the floor. The legs will come to a downward dog position. Beautiful. So keeping all of your shoulders engaged. You might want to, beautiful. Beautiful. Stay and breathe for a while, maintaining your head's distance from the floor. Exhale and lower back down to child's pose. Stay here for a while. Just child's pose. Rest your torso on your thighs. Stay here for a few breaths. Breathing our belly breath. So sending the breath to the stomach, to the belly. Inhale, rising back up to our start position. And energetically release from the pose.